everyone, welcome to this week's Tutorial Tuesday video. This week I am doing the candy bubbles or the bubble roses. They're actually really simple to do and they end up giving you a really unique look to them, so we'll just jump right in here. So the first and most important thing is that you're using a stylus, not a daughter. If you have a ball on the end, the ball will end up breaking off, and I know this from personal experience. So I'm using the #1 bling stylus from Light Elegance. Now I did try this with a few different clear gels and I found that the one step worked really well. It's a good consistency, so you get like a layer of clear and it's not too runny and it cures really quickly. So you're just going to take your stylus and dip it into the one step, and kind of for the start is like the hardest part. So you want to sort of scoop out a little bit and create a little ball on the end, and you want to roll the stylus to make it really nice. And I find it helps if you're holding it down. And then you're going to put it in the light and cure it and roll it as you're curing it as well. And this will give you an even cure and also keep your bead from being lopsided. So once you have your initial clear bead, you can dip into any color. I'm going to do a flower here, so I'm dipping into the new Sunbum from Light Elegance's summer collection. And you just want to do the same thing, dip it in, hold it so it's facing down and sort of roll it. And I like to flip it over so that the gel kind of settles down a little bit. And then same thing, curing and rolling about 15-20 seconds for that. And then you're going to dip back into the clear gel, and you want to do a clear layer in between each layer that you do, and that'll give it that really like 3D effect. So same thing, dipping, rolling, curing. And then I'm going to take my block brush from the Selena Riden Art Brushes, and then you can use any color that you like. I did find that the buttercreams, the Mission Control, and the Light Elegance gel paints worked the best. You can use any color gel, but I just found that the more of the one coat coverage ones are a little thicker and give you a better, like, crisper line. So all I'm doing is taking the gel paint and just painting on some petals. And then you can do any shape you like. I did some with more like skinny lines. I did some with sort of like more teardrop shaped. So you can really play around with it and customize it however you like. And you're just gonna keep going back and forth. So painting, curing, and rolling. You do wanna roll even with the paint, just again to get that even cure. And then dipping back into your clear gel. And again, dipping, and then I like to flip over the stylus, let the gel kind of settle a little bit, and then roll it as I'm curing it. And you can do as many or as few layers as you like. Obviously, the more layers you do, the bigger your little bobble's gonna get. But just dipping, curing, painting, curing, over and over again. And one really great tip that I do have is each layer that you do, you want to start the petals or whatever design you're doing just slightly below where your last layer was. So your innermost layer, your first layer, is going to be as close to the center as you can get it, and then each layer from there on is going to be slightly further out. And that's really going to give you the layered 3D kind of petal look. And then once you're done, I like to do one final dip, and this is another reason I really like the one step is because it does cure with a shiny layer, so you don't have to paint on any top coat afterward, although you could if you're using a different gel. And then just giving that a full cure. And you can go ahead and wipe that with some cleanser, some after wipe, and this is where it's important that you use the stylus and not a daughter tool, because this actually just pops right off of here. And then to finish them off, you can just take your electric file and just file a bit of a groove into the back. So that's one, gonna smooth the back out so you don't have this little point sticking up, and two, the groove is gonna make it so that it fits onto the nail really well. You can just put a little bit of glue on there and they stick on really well. So those are the bubble flowers or the candy bubbles. They've been super popular on Instagram this last couple weeks, so I thought I'd play with them. These are a few different looks that I've done. So this white one here, I've actually gone in with just the sparkle gel from Light Elegance and painted it on top before I did my final dip and cure, and just to give it a little bit of a different look. So there's lots of stuff you can do. And then I did these other couple ones too that aren't flowers. They're just sort of abstract designs. The one's sort of a rainbow and the other is kind of just like a swirl. So there's lots of different stuff you can do with them. They're really fun. They're actually really easy. They're just a little bit time consuming. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video, and thank you for always subscribing, liking, and sharing. Don't forget that you can leave your comments and questions in the section below, and you can also support us by following us on Instagram and liking us on Facebook.